who are pregnant. The time is 20 to 7.
Well, it was quite something when 10 years ago the Millennium Development Goals were agreed internationally. 189 countries signed up to United Nations targets to make the world a better place.
There are 8 key goals, including ending hunger and halving poverty. The deadline is 2015, and world leaders are meeting in New York this week for progress reports.
So how are they doing? Well, Oxfam's Askew is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, get your scorecard out. How are they doing?
We're doing well in some areas, but not very well in others. I think in areas such as education, for example, over the last 10 years, we've seen 33 million more children in school. However, and in healthcare, for example, we see a colleague of mine in Oxfam in Sierra Leone has just come back, and they've just made healthcare free for everyone, and they've seen queues around the clinics for people who have now got access to vital health services that they wouldn't have had before. But in other areas, the picture's not so good.
Well, the target of halving world poverty is likely to be met largely because of economic growth in China and India. At the same time, world hunger, is increasing. Those two don't seem to balance somehow.
Yeah, we've seen that the financial crisis in particular, and the shortage of food crisis in countries like India and China, development has happened at a much quicker rate. But we've seen in other countries within sub-Saharan Africa, you see extreme poverty, and we've seen from our work in the programme that people are really suffering as a result of the financial crisis and are really struggling with those basic needs.
Is it just a question of putting money on it, so to speak, throwing money at it?
I mean, governments need to step up to the plate. I think that's really key. I mean, the promises that were made in 2000, quite frankly, haven't been met. The UK government is one of the only governments to be actually meeting their commitments to those promises made in 2000, and other countries need to do exactly the same. And if we don't, we're going to see a situation where we won't meet these goals. And it's not just about the money. We need to support those countries who really want to take action and really want to make sure that there's hospitals built, that there's schools in place, that mums aren't dying in childbirth anymore.
Yeah, because there are hundreds of thousands of those women still dying.
Oh, it's 1,000 women a day. It's an absolutely dreadful situation, and countries want to act, but the money in some cases isn't there. But also the commitment to help support countries develop the systems to allow healthcare to happen isn't there as well.
To what extent does climate change have an impact on what's happening in New York? Are they focusing on that at all?
Climate change will be a part of it, and it should be a big part of it as well, because climate change affects people, and it's going to have a massive impact on food in particular, and it's going to stop people, hungry children, going to school because of the changing climate. And it's about people in the very instance.
All right, Askew from Oxfam. Thanks very much. Thank you.
The time is 6:43. This is Breakfast on BBC News. Here are our main stories this morning.